Every World Cup, African teams give us hope. They produce unforgettable moments, they upset football giants, and they excite fans worldwide. But when it gets to the knockout stage, something else happens. Time after time, African teams struggle to go deep into the FIFA World Cup tournament. And why is this so? Is it because of luck? Is it due to tactics? Is it due to mentality? Or is there something bigger that has held African football for decades? In this video, we are going to look at why African teams tend not to do well at knockout stage of the football biggest festival in the world, the World Cup. You could remember that this World Cup is an enlarged or expanded format. We now have 48 countries compared to previous World Cup. 48 countries participate in this World Cup, meaning that we have best loser. The 8th best loser automatically qualifies to the knockout stage. That is why we have 9 African countries that made it out of the group stage. So like I said earlier, we are going to delve down into why Africans tend to struggle whenever they try to go deep into this tournament. Let's start with number one. Number one factor is pressure. Now, we all know that the group stage fixture and the knockout stage are quite different. Teams can recover from a bad result in the group stage, but in the knockout stage, you will get punished. Any slight mistake, any slight caution can take you out of this tournament when it comes to knockout football. African teams tend to over too conscious when it gets to knockout stage. They commit blunder mistake even when they were leading. Take example, Senegal. Senegal at 18 minutes were leading Belgium 2-0. But guess what? They decided to misbehave and lose focus and eventually lost that game to Belgium. This is what differentiates between the superpower with previous experience and African teams with less experience. Number 2 reasons why Africans tend not to go deep into a tournament is game management. African teams lack game management. They don't know how to handle the game professionally. They don't know how to keep the game simple. Example is Senegal, the Teranga Lions. You are leading Belgium 2-0 for the first 80 minutes. This is a game that you have no business losing that game against Belgium. But guess what? They could not manage the game and they eventually conspired to lose that game to an average Belgian team. That is proper lack of game management. Number 3 reason is the squad depth. Many African teams don't have that required squad depth. Unlike what you have in France, in Belgium, in Portugal, in England, in Argentina, these are all stacked national team with squad depth. When you look at the French national team second 11, what you see is a race of stars. But how many African teams have squad depth? They don't have squad depth. Apart from the first 11, you don't even know anybody in their second 11 for most of these African teams at the World Cup. And before you know, the first 11 are tired or they have fatigue. You can't call someone from the bench to replace the first 11. That is why it's easy for the European or South American superpower to override the Africans and go far. Another reason why Africans tend not to go deep into the World Cup is lack of finishing. African teams are known for wasting chances. They always find a way to create chance and missed it. Take example, DR Congo, England. DR Congo had a chance to have made it 2-0 in the first half. Visa, if only he had scored that simple goal, the story would have changed. But guess what? They conspired and decided to lose that match to England. They don't bury their chances. The same thing is said for for Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. They tend to miss chances. And by the time you miss such chances in the knockout stage or knockout phase, it may not be forgiven. The opponent will capitalize and win you. This is one of the things drawing African back when it comes to knockout stage football at the FIFA World Cup. Another reason why Africans struggle to go deep into this tournament is lack of tactical flexibility. Most African teams are not tactically flexible enough. They don't have plan B. They don't even have plan C. And this is down to poor coaching. Take for instance the Senegalese coach. You are leading 2-0. If you are making some unnecessary changes, substitutions, that doesn't even have effect on the match. And guess what? Senegal lost that match to Belgium because the manager, the coaches, they are not tactically flexible enough to read games. The good news in this is that African teams were able to leave the group stage of the FIFA World Cup Out of 10, 9 were able to what, leave the group stage. That is positive. That is good news. That is good news. And another good news is that what, Morocco is a superpower, confirmed superpower when it comes to African football. So it's not all that blurring or this thing. Africa has the potential to win the next World Cup that will be hosted by 3 countries, Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. I'm seeing an African team going fast to the final. With what I've seen on ground, the gap has what it has been closed. The gap between the European and South American superpower and what African teams has been closed. So my prediction for next World Cup is that what an African team will get to the final of next World Cup. So guys, do you agree with my points? If you agree, you can write it in the comment section. If you don't agree, you can also write it down in the comment section. I'll see you now next video. One love.